always forget to make videos lately. Hot. Sun setting. I've been working on clearing this spot out over here. I cleared this out for the orchard in fall, and it's spring now, so I'm clearing this out. It's been beautiful. It's like the beginning of April, and it's been way warmer than usual. Global warmings, I guess. But I'm trying to burn this pile down I have here, and I cleared behind there. I'm gonna put another potato garden right there. But I had the fire going because I've been burning brush. I've been burning it in the pit, so I don't need a permit, you know, doing small amounts at a time. So it takes a long time, but that way I don't have to apply for a permit and everything, and I don't have a hose anyway, so it's easier for me to control it when it's smaller. I'm cooking a pot of rice since I have the coals here. It's a little too warm to run the stove in the cabin now. So every time I cook, I have to use propane. So I figured this week, while I have this fire going, I'll just try to cook all my meals on that. And you know, it's always nice to cook over an open fire. But I should have pulled you out a couple minutes ago, because this is my poplar tree, and it's the first tree to put leaves on, and it's the last one to lose it. But there was this grouse that was just like jumping around it, eating the buds off of it. The grouse loved the buds on here. And I totally didn't even think that I should pull my phone out and film some of it, because the grouse is freaking awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I forget that I even have a YouTube channel sometimes lately. Sorry to everybody who actually liked my YouTube channel, but I don't make any money doing it. And it's not about the money. I didn't start it for the money. But the time it takes up to actually make quality videos nowadays, I definitely don't have time for that. So I don't want to put all kinds of shitty videos out. I don't get good views on them anyway, so hopefully I'll get motivated and get some time where I can actually do something. Maybe make some camping videos or something, but my time has to go towards clearing land, getting gardens ready, and this winter I spent a lot of time just trying to make money, which wasn't very successful, but my t-shirt company is going pretty good. That's been working out pretty good, but that's because I'm targeting businesses, you know. I'm not just trying to sell all willy-nilly on there. I haven't really sold any related to the YouTube channel, but I have sold a lot of shirts to different companies and designed for different companies, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on though. Sold out of all my crypto. Not a very good price, but I got out of everything when it was high, but I got rid of the last bit of it lately, you know, because I'm pretty much done with crypto. They're gonna regulate it, and the whole point of crypto is for it not to be regulated, so I'm not interested now that they're regulated. Yeah, broke is all hell though right now. So I'm cooking a pot of rice. I've been living off of chili and rice lately, but the gardens are getting ready to pop open, and I planted some strawberry seeds this year. I'm looking forward to having a couple rows of strawberries. I keep on forgetting to plant them the last couple years, and that's really crucial. Strawberries during the summer, it's like really nice early fruit. So I'm excited about that. Got corn planted, and I'm getting ready to chit my potatoes and get my potatoes all ready. So maybe I'll bring you out in the next couple days, and we'll do a video when I get the potatoes ready and start looking at them. A lot of my potatoes though have really long sprouts on them, which still grows good potatoes, but it's not ideal. It's not good for chitting either, so we won't do those potatoes. But I have some newer potatoes, seed potatoes, that we can chit. I'm gonna open up another like four 16-foot rows right there for potatoes, and then another 3 8-foot rows here, and then the 3 that are there. So a couple more rows of potatoes, because I ran out in December of potatoes, so I had to buy them after that. Man, this rice cooked kind of fast. This thing is really cranking, so hopefully it doesn't burn at all on the bottom. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Spring cleaning, clearing land, basically doing the same thing I'm always doing. Fall and spring, actually every season is the same out here now. You know, that's kind of part of living out here, living in the woods and living off the land. It's just, you know, everything's seasonal, so things are pretty much the same every year at that time of year. So Yeah, it's not that bad, but would be nicer if I had somebody else here. After like 4 years, it's starting to get lonely out here. I have some neighbors I hang out with now, though, so I do have some friends locally, which is a lot better than what it was when I didn't know anybody. But yeah, hoping to find some woman creature of some kind out here, but it's not working out very well. I don't leave the property enough, so that's a problem too. I need to be leaving the property more. But I don't have money to go and like go to the bar or anything. I don't have money to do that stuff, so all my money has to go towards building this place out. Oh, got some chickens coming finally. My neighbor's gonna rear them for me so they can survive outside because I don't have electricity to run a heat lamp. So yeah, I'll have chickens this year for sure. And I have a little building in a spot that I want to do pigs, but I just haven't figured out the fencing. I'm gonna try to build a natural fence, but I don't think I'll trust that with the coyotes out here. So I probably need to wait until I get a better fencing so the pigs don't just get ruined immediately. But yeah, that rice should be close to done. This fire is ripping. It might have cooked too fast, but yeah, it should be getting pretty close. It was a hot fire, and I burnt half of that stuff. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video. Yeah, springtime and I haven't been making videos. Sorry, YouTube. Pretty much given up on you, but I'm just busy and don't have time to deal with stuff. And the computer I used to use for editing crapped the bed, so I'm using this PC that doesn't really have the stuff that I used to use. Although it wasn't very fancy, as you all know. But yeah, I'm cutting up this stuff. I'm clearing some more land. So that's the stuff we cleared last fall, and there's grass growing. And I decided to clear this area here. So between the two, it's pretty much like a half an acre, or, well, no, it's like 1/4 acre between the two of these spaces. But I'm gonna cut down some more of those trees there and connect them. I wasn't gonna connect them, I was gonna keep a wall of trees between the two patches. But that's gonna be orchard over there, and this is gonna be a garden space, so I don't think it really matters. I was doing that so like bugs and stuff couldn't jump easily, but I don't think it really makes a difference. So I'm just gonna clear that out and make a little more space, and I can probably put another apple tree or two in that space. So yeah, all this high space will be all opened up and I'll have a lot more growing space. And the soil's really nice up here, so I'll be able to grow up here for a couple seasons and not have to do much at all to it. But yeah, look at that pile. That's what I've removed. And all the stuff that was big enough to put next to the fire pit, I cut up. It's gonna go over there. It's already a big pile. But this is like a big pile of debris I have to move because I piled it all here yesterday. And now I have to move it because it's not where I want it. So I had to move it twice. A lot of traffic. It's Sunday today. And there's people hanging out, partying, and fishing down at the brook. So I'm trying not to make too much noise. Not running the saw because the saw is such an annoying sound. Even though it's just an electric saw, it's still a really annoying sound. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner's going out here in the woods. So I'll let these guys fish today, and then I'll get back to that on Monday. I'm gonna finish moving this damn pile. I can't believe I have to move it twice. As soon as I moved it yesterday, I was like, you know what, that was a bad place to put that. I'm gonna have to move that again tomorrow when I clear the backspace. As this was all grown in right here. I just cleared this today. And I piled it right at this tree line, even though I was gonna keep clearing, which is dumb. I had to figure out how to get some Christmas lights, solar powered Christmas lights on that tree, and a big star. So during the during the holiday season, it can be just blaring out here in the middle of a black forest. I think that would look sweet. I have to use a drone or something to like string them. I don't know how I would string them up there. Cherry picker, I don't even think would reach the top of that tree. But yeah, clearing land. Everything's looking beautiful over here. This beautiful side yard. Love my side yard. It's coming along, and hopefully I'm gonna get three or four chickens. I'm not gonna get a lot of them because I don't want to have to feed a lot of them. So I'm gonna just feed them a little bit and hopefully let them graze in the yard and get a lot of bugs, and have 3 females and a rooster. And I'm gonna let the rooster stay in there, so I'll probably just have red dots on some of the eggs, but That's just the way it is. I want some of them to roost up and like produce more birds, you know. If they produce more birds on their own, then I'll keep them. But otherwise, I'm only gonna stick with the 3 until the chicken hawk and the owls get them. But that's a pretty solid little hut. I think 3 or 4 birds will be able to live in there, and if the rooster is a wily mother, he'll probably protect them really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to it. How to move this pile of mayhem, sticks and stuff. If I can't burn it, it'll just cause too much smoke and bull crap, so I don't want to burn that stuff. So I'll pile it somewhere and leave it there for like 3 or 4 years, and then it will become something that I can start turning around and turning into some sort of compost. But this kind of material takes a long time to turn into compost. I mean, 3 years of breaking down, and then you probably turn it for another 2 years before it's any good. But it will make good stuff. All these sticks and everything, this will make good stuff. You can also let it sit for like 2 years and just break down a little, and then put it at the bottom of a bed, you know, dig a bed out and then put it at the bottom and then put the dirt back on top of it. And this stuff works really good for that too. But I'm gonna get to it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 alder stumps to dig up in the next week. So that sucks. Later. Well, just built this ramp with the neighbor. Put it up on a shed. Pressure treated wood. It's spring of 2023. The world is crazy. And I messed up. The original size was 71 inches, and I decided to add 2 inches to make it a little bit not so steep. But I forgot to do it to 1 board. That 1 board is short, so figures. Always a master at messing things up, but yeah, new ramp. Got some work done today finally, after a long winter. Well, here's the potatoes I actually saved. I also bought some seed potatoes this year, but these are the ones I saved, and I didn't save them in a really good spot. They even have little potatoes already starting. But I've planted them with sprouts this long before, and they worked out fine. So just getting the first couple rows put in today. It's the beginning of May. It's the next day, back to planting potatoes early in the morning. And I already did 1 row. Behind that apple tree, there's a row. I didn't want to move that apple tree. I got the 3 rows done yesterday, and these, last town meeting I was at, they run a food pantry over at the town meeting, and they had a bunch of potatoes that were going bad, and like a whole bunch of them, a whole bag of them, about 35 pounds. So I took them because I could tell that they hadn't been sprayed. They still had dirt on them. So I knew that they were gonna sprout, and look, man, these things got good sprouts. They're about perfect size right now. So I'm digging some trenches here in the yard. These are gonna be 1st year plots, so I won't really fertilize them too much, because in the 1st year in Maine, you can usually get a good season of potatoes with just the nutrient in the dirt. So really organic, nice tasting potatoes too when you do that. So I'm gonna just use the natural ground this year. I dug these trenches a little deeper than I usually do, and then took all the dirt completely out, and then I'll put them back in, and that should be loose enough for these potatoes to go well. But I might have to bring some dirt in later on in the year to pile these 2 rows back up, you know, because once it rains and everything, this stuff will flatten out. Like those rows, I dug into the earth and kind of like dug them in, so that's why the piles are so big. But these ones I just dug up and then put the dirt back in, so it will flatten out. And right when it flattens out, I'll come in with a wheelbarrow of dirt, and these things should be like 3 or 4 inches tall, and I'll start mounding them, which I usually don't mound them, but since these are new trenches for this year, I'm gonna mound them, at least these 4 rows that I'm doing right here. But yeah, 2 rows in, and look, they're perfect size too. None of them are too big. They don't need to be chit or anything. They're ready to go. So, all right, 2 rows. And I'm gonna do 2 rows of potatoes over there, but they're gonna be the red ones, the red Pontiacs that I do every year. But right here, I'm gonna do 2 more rows next to this row. And then that area we cleared there, I'm gonna do 4 nice fat rows of potatoes right there. And then hopefully I'll lay down like 60 to 70 pounds of potatoes, and hopefully I'll get like 350 pounds back. That's like the goal I'm aiming for. And maybe more, maybe closer to 400 pounds, but 400 pounds would definitely be more than enough that I need to get through the whole winter and have enough seed potatoes to plant next year. So that's the goal, try to do that. And then if I can do that, my potatoes will be completely self-sustaining, and that's a lot of calories. I mean, that's enough calories that and a couple buckets of rice, I at least know that I have enough calories for the whole winter. Obviously I need to eat better food than that, but at least when I have that as a base put away, I know, okay, this is like enough filler calories to put with the meat that I can get put together. You know, I don't have any animals still. Once I have animals, I'll definitely be able to feed myself, because between the potatoes and rice that I eat every day, like even just one pig, I'd probably be able to get through a year by myself out here pretty good. But right now I just have to come up with like, I don't know, $800, $1,000 a year for meat to put in the freezer, and then I can eat meat and potatoes. Yeah, classic farmer's diet. My neighbor's gonna start growing cows soon. Once he gets 2 or 3 cows over there and he starts cutting one of them down every year, I'll be able to get ground beef really cheap too. So once that happens, it might be cheaper to buy it from him than it would be for me to raise it myself, because he has like a whole operation over there that's, and he's really about like farming clean, you know, and making it organic and taking good care of his animals. So yeah, it'd be nice. That's what I get my eggs for. I get my eggs from him, and they're still only $3 a dozen. And they were like $8 at the store. They were still $3 from him, and they're way better than the ones. The ones at the store always mess my stomach up, but his never do. So yeah, Meadowbrook Farms. Oh, what the fuck is it called? Not Meadowbrook. Oh, Meadowhawk Farms is the name of his farm. Yeah, soon they'll have organic meats on for delivery too, like I don't know, vacuum packed or something. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but all right, I got to cover this hole up, and I'll break that soil up and hoe it as much as possible with the hoe while I'm filling that hole back in, and then I'll drag as much top stuff I can drag from the center lane over it to mound it a little. And then I'll come over here and start breaking ground on the next trench. So I'm gonna do a lot of digging this week, but I'm trying to get the digging done before the black flies come out, because the black flies are gonna come out in another like 4 or 5 days, probably 6 days. They should be full blown, and you don't want to be digging in the ground when black fly season's in full effect. As soon as you start digging, a whole swarm of them will come around you. It's like they smell the dirt and get all crazy. So yeah, I'm trying to get this done the next couple days. Later. Look at this crazy trench I dug, and I dug 2 of them. Sun's like going down like 30 minutes probably, maybe 40. Yeah, they're about I don't know, 10 to 12 feet long, and they're double the width of a normal road. And that's because I can access them from both sides. So I was going to be able to get more rows in if I did it this way. And I left a nice 24-inch gap for walking. But this one's all planted with white and red potatoes, and then this one I'm about to plant with red potatoes. And then I'll just have 2 more rows by the cabin to plant, and then all the potatoes will be planted. And hopefully it was about 50 pounds, and if I can get at least 200 out of it, that would be perfect. But I mean, I should be able to get more than that. But yeah, casting a shadow. Haven't been making videos lately, but I do usually make a video of me planting potatoes every year, so I figured I would do that. And I don't know, I'll probably make the same old videos I make every year, just me gardening. There's nothing to video during the winter, especially when I'm broke. It's like, you know, not much going on except for me on the computer trying to hustle some money. But yeah, during the summer I'm always doing the same thing. I'm splitting firewood still, a lot of it split, but I still have about 30% of it to split. And I got to get all my potatoes in because black flies are starting to come out, and I really want to get all this dirt turned because the dirt attracts them. Like when you're turning dirt, that attracts them. Yeah, early spring 2023. It's crazy out there. Getting ready for apocalypse to start.